Okay, today's lesson is schwa at the beginning. When you see an A at the beginning of a word and there's a vowel 2 doors down, that A is going to say So when you're reading and you see A at the beginning of a word and there's a vowel 2 doors down, that first A is going to say as in ago, away, adopt, allow, appoint, pray, no, point. Oh, I already said that. Apart. Okay. You'll see that all of those words have a at the beginning with a vowel 2 doors down. When you see that, the A says at the beginning, almost always. This is about a 85-90% of the time rule. Almost always. Okay, let me share my screen. I'm going to do this first one with you, and you can do the second one on your own. So I'm going to mark the vowels first. When we read, we mark the vowels first. This A, I'm going to dot all the vowels so I can see what I'm doing here. This first A, I'm going to mark as a schwa because I can see that there's another vowel 2 doors down. To mark a schwa, it's an upside down E. You make that by going back, down, up, and around. Back, down, up, and around. Back, down, up, and around. Okay? You can practice that. Up, back, down, up, and around. That is the schwa symbol. And the schwa is the name of a sound. The sound is This A is changing to the schwa sound and saying because there's a vowel 2 doors down. And it's the first letter. This A is going to say because there's 2 P's after it, 2 consonants. This A, Y, says A. The sounds are d, p, A. Adape. Adape. Now, did you see that this A broke the tap 2 rule? Right? Because the tap 2 rule says that if there's another vowel 2 doors, 1 or 2 doors away, then that first vowel says its name, which is true most of the time, but there are exceptions. But the good thing is those exceptions have patterns too that you can rely on, such as this one. Okay, so when there are exceptions like this, those exceptions have reading rules also that you can rely on. So the rules trump the tap 2 rule. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's try yours over here. I'll be quiet while you work. Good. So we know that this first A is going to make a schwa sound because there's a vowel 2 doors down. This A says We know that this A is going to make its short sound because there's 2 consonants after it. So this A says AY at the end says A. So the sounds are t, f, A. Pushing them together, we have a taffy. A taffy. Now I want you to pay attention. This is something I'm going to teach you that's new to what I just did with the accent. I taught you earlier, and if you're just new, this is your first time. If a word has only 1 syllable, if this is your first time, this is going to be new to you. If a word has only 1 syllable, it's going to be accented or emphasized. It's going to be said stronger. If a word has 2 syllables, that first syllable will usually be accented. Table, planter, pencil. If it has 3 syllables, that first syllable is usually going to be accented. Hamburger, hospital, celebrate. However, When you have a schwa, this is the new teaching. When you have a schwa sound, it is never accented. Schwa is always in the unaccented syllable. So this 3-syllable word right here, a taffy, you'll notice that I put the accent right here. A taffy instead of a taffy. You don't accent a schwa ever. That's why this word, this is a schwa, this is a schwa, this is the only vowel that's left to be accented. Banana, banana. This is said less strongly, this is less strong, and this is the most strong. Banana. Okay? So that new teaching said that schwa is never in an accented syllable. It's always unstressed. Okay, number 2. Let me make this more clean. So this A is going to say because I can see that there's a vowel team in this case, 2 doors down. AI says A, it follows the tap 2 rule. AY says A, it follows the tap 2 rule. The sounds are A, A, N, D, A. So I'm starting my voice low because I know it's not accented. Your neck kind of goes out naturally when you accent a syllable. Table, ruler. So I'm starting my voice kind of low because I know that it's not going to be stressed. A rain day. A rain day. Go ahead and try yours. Don't worry about the accent. Leave that to the end. And that part's just for fun. It's not super important. Okay. This first A is going to say because there's a vowel 2 doors down. AI says A. AY says A. The sounds are P, A, N, S, A. Make sure a T doesn't sneak in after that S when you're reading it. A pain say. A pain say. Yeah? A pain say. How'd you do? Okay on that one? Yes, Imelda. I have a second after class if you want to hang out for just a second. Okay. A pain say, a pain say. Okay, number 3. I'm going to mark my vowels first. I see it's a 3-syllable word. I see that this first A is going to say because there's a vowel 2 doors down. This A is going to say because there's 2 consonants after it. And this A is going to say because it's at the end. A's at the end say Now there's 2 schwas in this word, 3 syllables, which means only that middle syllable has the option of being stressed or accented. So I'm going to say that part stronger. So I have l, a, s, Alasa. Alasa. Okay? Try your number 3. Your upside down E's are probably better than mine. They're not easy. Okay? The first A says because there's a vowel 2 doors down. It has to be 2 doors down. It can't be 1 or 2. This A says A because of the two consonants that come after it, and A at the end always says A. So we have a schwa, a schwa. This A is going to be accented. A, r, a, a. Arama, arama, arama. Okay, one more, number 4. I'll do this one with you. Here I have a schwa because there's a vowel 2 doors away. Here I have a because the next 2 letters are consonants. Here I have a because it's the last letter. So even though these 2 A's both say they say for 2 different reasons, which you are learning. You're learning so much. Nobody else in the world knows this, but now you do. You not only know that those 2 A's have to say but why? And they're different reasons. You're getting so much knowledge. So the sounds are p, a, n, d, I'm going to do successive blending. Up, a pa, a pan, a pand, a panda, a panda. Notice where the accent was. My voice and my posture is back, then it's forward in the middle, then it's back again. A panda, a panda. Go ahead and, oh, did I make a mistake? If it has 2 consonants, is it A? Amelda, will you unmute and tell me what you mean?
So would it be if it has A, P, P, would it be like A,
It'll say A.
O, A? No, even if it has 2 consonants, it's always A in the beginning? Okay.
Yeah, good question. So she wanted to know if A is at the beginning, what if there's 2 consonants after it? It's not going to say The rule has to be, there has to be a vowel 2 doors down. And that A had 2 consonants after it. So it's going to make it short sound. That'll follow that, the same rule that this middle A did. If there's 2 consonants after it, it's going to say A. Yeah, excellent question. So we have a panda. Go ahead and try yours over here. Okay, first A says second A says third A says for 2 different reasons. Successive blending looks like this. Us, a sa, a san, a san. Should be an M right there. Now you know. A sanpa, a sanpa. This, I created these nonsense words. I tried to be really careful and follow all of the rules, but that one should have been a P right there, just because that is the pattern in English print. But I mean, it's a nonsense word. It's so it can be spelled however it wants as long as it's decodable. So this word would have said a sanpa, a sanpa. Alrighty, is there one in the extra practice that you would like me to do with you before I send you off on your own? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay. Number 8 it is. Go for it. Sure, Dwayne. Okay. A couple more seconds. Good. So we have an o, a, S, A, M, T, Successive blending. Al, ala, alas, alasse, alasame, alasamed. That M to the T, that's a hard transition. Alasamter. Now it's getting a little easier. Alasamtra. Alasamtra. If you got all of those sounds in the right place, you are doing amazing. If one or two came out, don't worry, I designed these to be as difficult as possible. So if you got most of them correct, then you're in that instructional level, which is right where you should be. This was designed for you to have a challenge. So perfection is certainly not expected or required. Okay. Will you put in the chat how you're feeling? One word, how do you feel about today? What you learned? You learned that when A is at the beginning, there's a vowel 2 doors down. It says Good, good. Thank you. Okay, I hope you feel very good about your progress. I certainly do. Have a wonderful weekend. You're amazing. You're my heroes. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.